Sheikh Ibn, look at the way he addresses the issue of SOLATU TASBIH in his liqa'at, Abul Maftu. He said when he was asked, هل ثبت في صلاة التسبيح حديث صحيح وما صفته? Is there an authentic hadith on SOLATU TASBIH and what is the description? He says SOLATU TASBIH لا أصل لها. SOLATU TASBIH has no basis. لم تثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى لم تثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم is not authentic, it's not established from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. وحديثها كما قال الشيخ ابن تيمية باطل. The hadith, as Ibn Taymiyyah has said, is what? Is batil. Yes, it's clear. The hadith is in Abu Dawood, the hadith is in Tirmidhi and many others. Even that they use, some used to use it to fault it. That's the, what type of salah is that? That will be giving this type of reward. So they use that to fault it. So as I've said, I don't have problem with those who say it is authentic. Their position is what? They are free to do that. Take for instance, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala said, talking about some of these ibadat, he said, وَأَجْوَدُ مَا يُرْوَى مِنْ هَذِهِ صَلَوَاتِ حَدِيثُ صَلَاتُ التَّسْبِيحِ. That is the best of all these salawat that they will report is the hadith of Salatu Tasbih. وَقَدْ رَوَاهُ Abu Dawood وَالتِّرْمِذِي. Abu Dawood reported this, Tirmidhi reported this. وَمَا هَذَا. Despite this, فَلَمْ يَقُلْ بِهِ أَحَدٌ مِنَ الْأَئِمَّةِ الْأَرْبَعَةِ. None of the four imams has that opinion. But Ahmad ضعف الحديث. Ahmad declared the hadith to be da'if. وَلَمْ يَسْتَحِبَّ هَذِهِ الصَّلَوَاتِ. And he does not see this salawat to be mustahabba. Not that a lot of these salawat, Nisfu Sha'ban and the likes. So this is one statement of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala. So a lot of things like that. So we are not saying that, he mentioned what? The four imams. Not only the four imams. So when you look at maybe Musnad Imam Ahmad, for instance, you find the same hadith here. You find hadith and just something like this. You find, but you see the Imam saying, no, this is not authentic, for instance. And a hadith like that maybe will be in his book. So he met those who, the reporters themselves. So this is where the matter lies. So Allahu Alam. Okay, sorry, I just want to add. Now, Sheikh Ibn, look at the way he addresses the issue of SOLATU TASBIH in his liqa'at, Abul Maftu. He said when he was asked, هل ثبت في صلاة التسبيح حديث صحيح وما صفته? Is there an authentic hadith on SOLATU TASBIH and what is the description? It says SOLATU TASBIH لا أصل لها. SOLATU TASBIH has no basis. لم تثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى لم تثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم is not authentic, it's not established from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. وحديثها كما قال الشيخ ابن تيمية باطل. The hadith, as Ibn Taymiyyah has said, is what? Is batil. قال رحمه الله, Ibn Taymiyyah said, وَلَمْ يَسْتَحِبَّ أَحَدٌ مِنَ الْأَئِمَّةِ. ويذكر أنها أول ما أثرت عن عبد الله بن مبارك رحمه الله. He said it was reported that when it first came, it came from Abdullah ibn Mubarak. وعبدالله ibn Mubarak ليس من الصحابة. And Abdullah ibn Mubarak is not among the Sahaba. حتى نقول إنما قال مما لا يدخل للشهاد. For us to say what he has said is not subject to ijtihad. يعتبر مرفوعا, that he should be considered مرفوع. الصواب أنه ليس بالسنة وأنه لا ينبغي الإنسان فعلها ثم هي صلاة غريبة يفعل الإنسان كل يوم. So it's not sunnah. It's something that is strange. Something that somebody does كل يوم, every day, كل أسبوع, every week, كل شهر, every month, كل سنة, every year, أو مرة في العمر, or once in one's lifetime. عبادة على هذا الوجه, an act of worship in this way, بعيدة أن تكون من الشرع الإسلامي, is far from being from the shari, that is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-muhim, أنها ليست بالسنة فلا تفعلها. What matters is that it's not sunnah, don't do it. So even Baz will say something similar. So if you want to use statement of scholars, this will bring, this will bring, this will bring. But if you want to really study the matter, it goes beyond just looking at the apparent shame of the hadith. Those scholars who recorded the hadith in their book, they have what the reason why they said no, this hadith is batil or so. They have the shame. They have the shame in their book. So I'm not saying those who say it's authentic, their position is wrong. What I'm saying is that if we have a hadith and we have scholars of the past from among the tabi'un saying that this hadith is batil or so, and there are many saying that it's not something that they've said nonsense, then I want to say the correct thing. Do I have any other thing that I rely on? It is the same chain of hadith that they are aware of, but they believe that there is either shudhuz or illah in that same chain. JUM'AH, there are issues like that. That some of the later scholars will just look at the surface of the chain of the hadith and they declare the hadith authentic. Even there may be rulings on fiqh, for instance. Take for instance, blood. Blood, is it najasa or not? If you look at the works of most scholars of the past, they tell you blood is najis. But you look at the works of later scholars, maybe 2-3 centuries back, you see them saying, there is no evidence that say blood is is najis. And some of us rely on that to knock the position of most scholars of the past. When I say most scholars, I'm not talking about the error for Ibn Taymiyyah and the likes. Going back to the time of the Tabi'un, that most of them will say, some will claim there is ijma on this matter. Then a later scholar will come and say, no, that ijma is not valid. Who are those who have said something similar before you, before your time? So in issues like this, it is good for you to be with the past scholars than the later scholars. Unless if the matter is so glaring. And for the matter to be so glaring, it will not be hidden from the scholars of the past that they will not be saying, most of them will be saying something contrary to that. So Allahu A'lam. So if you want to do it, you are convinced with those who say, no, you have evidence of hadith that will be connected to a companion. But the chain of that evidence is what they differ on. If you want to quote, you say, a Sahabi did it. You will say that. But they will tell you that the chain that leads to that Sahabi is 40. You see the argument now. No, using the hadith al-halalu bayyinu wal-haramu bayyinu wa baynahuma umur mushtabihat may not work here. Because that hadith is addressing things of adat. Can I drink coke? Can I take this? Can I eat this? Can I eat this? But this has to do with ibadah now. Al-aslu fil ibadat al-man'u illa linas. The basis in ibadah is I don't do it until you have evidence are established. So the evidence that we establish is what is subjected to difference of opinion. So those who believe that the evidence is authentic, they will use it. Those who believe that the evidence is not authentic, so they are with what? With al-asl, with the basis. So Allahu A'lam.